Hey people, Yolande here. Just going for another rant. But I've been watching, a lot of YouTube lately. And, we're talking about, SNAP benefits, or I'm watching things that is talking about the SNAP benefits and who deserves them and blah, blah, blah. And apparently there are a few people who think that people on Snap get thousands of dollars or whatever a month to pay for groceries. So I decided to put that question into Google. I wasn't going to put it on Snap GPT or Chat GPT. I wasn't going to put it on Perplexity or any type of AI something. Google is doing AI stuff too, but I just decided to ask this question on Google. And Google says no number of people in a household can receive $4,000 in monthly SNAP benefits. Because that was the last video I said or I saw where somebody was talking about people getting $4,000. I said that's no, that's never gonna happen. And so I looked at that, and yeah, it's saying a total benefit of $4,000 is not possible, even through the expedited disaster SNAP, which people give when there's a natural disaster. Like even a national disaster, you don't get $4,000 in SNAP benefits. So I decided to find out. Somebody else was talking about $1,100 or whatever. So I said, I'm going to find out what the limits are or whatever. So to get $1,100 in SNAP benefits, you have to have a household of five. It's $1,183 is the maximum you would get for a family of five. Now, a lot of people want to blame this on women having a lot of children. While that may be the case in some, what if you're dealing with an elderly person? You got I have a 90-year-old person. What if you got an elderly person that qualifies for SNAP benefits? Okay, what if you have a handicapped child that qualifies for SNAP benefits? And then you have children and mothers. In Alabama, you have to be disabled if you're a man, a single man, to get SNAP benefits. And the most you will get as a single man with no kids, no wife, nothing, you will get $298 for a month. A month. And with inflation being what it is, and groceries being what it is, my, brother who is disabled, he's got a heart condition, just spent $200 in food, in cash, because his SNAP benefits have been canceled. So, and this food that he's getting might last him a week because he's got to have a special diet to for his heart condition. So that food is more expensive than regular food is. So, these people who want to, get on people who are, having a fit that SNAP benefits are even available to anyone. want to blame people for the situation that they're in, really is really ridiculous. There are a lot of people who need those SNAP benefits, and yeah, I would love to get SNAP benefits, but I don't qualify. Even though I do have a condition that stops me from working. My Social Security check is higher than the income limit for SNAP. My mother, the same thing. She's, like I told you before, she's 90 and her income is higher than what SNAP allows. My brother is, physically not able to work. So even if he could get a job, until whatever, the most he would get would be $298. Let's see you live for an entire month on less than $300 a month. These people, they're just heartless. And I don't know what to say for them. Let me see. For a household of 8, which is the highest of this chart, you get $1,789, and you get $218 for each additional person above that. So, take that into consideration. You as a single person can't get $1,789 as a single person. That's just not going to happen ever. Not going to happen ever. And so, like I said, these women that I've been seeing on YouTube who want to sit there and say, you don't care that, children are going to go hungry, that people didn't get food stamps or whatever for whatever reason. Take a minute. Take a minute. Look at your budget and see how much money you spend per month. And then think about the people who I'm finding out do actually work full-time, a full-time job, and they still qualify for food stamps. How can you work a full-time job and still qualify for food stamps? So like I said, take a look at your budget. Figure out how much money you spend in groceries. And then take that to Google and put that in to see what the average income is of a person who's on food stamps. Because I bet, I don't know. Like I said, I don't get it. I don't get how people can be so cruel and still think they're a good person. Miss me with that.